Hello YouTube, Chazo here, back with another video. Progressive overload, a term that you've heard probably more times than you've heard your name in the fitness industry. Progressive overload, many think is all about adding weight to the bar. But you know there are other ways of progressively overloading without actually adding more weight to the bar. Progressive overload entails making an exercise harder than it was the previous time. First, you can increase the amount of repetitions you are doing per set. If you did 10 repetitions, you can add on an extra repetition. Then you can reduce the rest time between sets. You know, when you reduce the rest time, it makes an exercise harder because you haven't had enough time to recover from the previous set. So you can play around with the tempo. You can increase the tempo, or you can reduce the tempo with which you're using to do a certain repetition. For example, you can take 2 seconds down and 2 seconds up, or you can add 3 seconds, or like you can increase, you can do it 1 second down and maybe 2 seconds up. You can play around with the tempo. And another way of making an exercise difficult is you can add you can use bands to increase tension, or you can add chains onto the barbell, or you can pause at the bottom, or you can make it a point to increase the amount of time you pause at the bottom. When you pause at the bottom, you make the exercise way harder. Or if you do pause bench press, you can decide to do faster repetitions. Or what I normally recommend people is you can increase the range of motion. For example, for the case of a bench press, you can do a close grip bench press to increase the range of motion. The more range of motion you have to perform, the harder the movement becomes. Now here in the video, I was attempting to do the cable flies, but this was my first time doing them. I was trying to figure out how to use the machine, but trust me, this was all, it seemed really awkward. But I think with time, I'll get to know how to better perform this movement.